We're straight into the next film. I think this is the penultimate film. So strap in and please enjoy and welcome to your screen, Dungarees. Big round of applause for Dungarees. Alrighty, so again, we are lucky to have Abel here on the live stream with us. A big round of applause. Please welcome to your screen, Abel Rubinstein. There he is. Hello. Sorry, a bit anticlimactic, I know. Still silence, but they're cheering you on. Howdy, how are you?
I'm good, yeah. How are you? It's a great night.
It is a great night. Thanks for saying. Cool, we'll launch straight into it. So first of all, the most striking thing to me in terms of this film was how the opening of it makes us think that it's going to be about one single person's experience. So we think it's going to be about a singular experience, but then you actually give us a relationship study that really goes deep into the way three young adults are sort of relating to each other and managing romantic relationships, sibling relationship, etc. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, well, I guess it was just sort of the initial beginning was just sort of show this initial thought process in our protagonist in their journey to sort of exploring their own self-identity. So then it allowed me to introduce the other characters and almost sort of introduce them and their relationship and their lives, and then bring that sort of these questions back later and explore the whole deeper questions together.
Yeah, no, it was just very interesting to see them, you know, because I felt like it was more about the romance, or like the budding sort of navigating a young romance through the sort of frame of the transition, and this young guy trying to sort of comprehend who he's supposed to be, and et cetera, et cetera. Was that deliberate, or did that just come organically?
Yeah, I mean, it's quite based on like my own experience. My boyfriend is trans, and I want to just show. I mean, I was exploring with femininity at the time, and so was my boyfriend, and this was kind of our existence. And I thought it was a unique story, and I wanted to show to the screen that sort of intimate love and this journey that sort of we went through together, and despite it being extremely normal to me, I knew the fact that it is quite abnormal to other people, and stories, especially trans representation on screen, you don't hear those stories, and I wanted to share something new. Well, share, I guess, our story to the world.
You said something very interesting, actually, that you came from a place of, you were like, well, this is normal. Maybe there's some people who don't think it's normal. And then you came from that place to communicate it rather than being like, check this out.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I think often LGBT stories are often really like amped up as this massive like different thing. And I want to show that we're just sort of people in love. We have love stories. And to be honest, Dungarees is just a love story.
Yeah, 100%.
Day-to-day life, and people come up to me and they, you know, after seeing, and they go, "Wow, what a crazy! I've never sort of seen like a trans guy in this way before." But to me, it was never about that. It was just showing a couple and sort of our existence, and that's what I wanted to do.
Great, I think that really came through. I'm gonna bring Ophelia up. Here she comes.
Hello, Abel.
Hello.
Lovely to see you. How are you?
I'm great, yeah. How are you?
Well, that's the second time we are welcoming Abel to Emerging Filmmakers Night.
Indeed.
The other time was a year ago when the world was normal.
Yeah.
In another event when he saw his brilliant first film, Fuck the Boxes. There are a lot of similarities in these two films, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, it's just sort of this kind of realist vibe and sort of people on the outskirts of society and showing our lives and having fun. And
having fun.
I think it's fun, funny and sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, because you have a very unique Abel style, which is these free-flowing shots, and it's quite colorful. And the editing feels loose, although it's meticulous, it feels loose. How did you find your voice? It's a very authored voice.
Yeah, well, I think it's tough. I think I just always knew that I wanted to tell stories that were unique and I don't know. I just wanted to tell real stories. So I use lots of improvisation in my work to sort of tell, capture something new that I don't see on screen. So giving actual LGBT actors the space to improvise provides the opportunity for them to bring their voices and their creativities to the characters and bring something new to the films. And with the editing, I use quite a lot of jump cuts to sort of give the audience like the imagination that there is a lot more behind the scenes. And because I think there is, and I think that also gives me a lot of power when directing to give the actors freedom to improvise and go on as long as they want. So I can get the good stuff.
So great. That leads us to a question from Keira Bay, which is an actor, and she asks, how did you manage to get that level of chemistry between the couple? Because it's quite remarkable.
Thanks. What I love to do with like my actors is instead of all these like formal rehearsal spaces, we go to the pub and we have a pint and then we talk about who we are and what we think about the world and our identities and just enjoy ourselves. And I think creating that sort of relaxed atmosphere allows the actors to sort of share a bond. And then when we bring them on set, that bond sort of translates on screen. And so basically I try and make them date. But yeah, I want them to just have an actual like bond, and then then hopefully that works on screen. If it fails, then it will fail miserably. But it hasn't yet, so fingers crossed.
So it's all about harnessing the natural humanity that comes up perhaps between your actors, and then as you say, you've got a style. Your jump cut style was sort of born out of facilitating how to communicate what comes out of that. Is that fair?
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Although my next project, I'm going to go for a slightly more cinematic lens, so it depends on the stories and the script that I'm sort of telling to the audience. And these ones are very much born total, just a slice of life. So it was the cinematography and the style was definitely needed to reflect that.
Yeah, nice. Abel, we find Planet Abel a very fun place to be. A very freeing place, very genuine, which is, as you said, is difficult to pull off within this medium and stuff like that. Yeah. Anything else from the guys?
No, I just want to say that Steven says that was so nicely done, and Numi says what a lovely thing to share, a very sweet film.
Thank you.
Yeah? Okay.
Bravo.
Cool.
Abel, we're going to have to kick you off the air, unfortunately. But thanks so much for coming and chatting to us and letting us show your film. Right. Good. Nice one. Cheers. Thanks for that, Abel. Thanks. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Abel. So...